Welcome to the Hair Debate Podcast. The Hair Debate is a community where hair lovers and professionals love to discuss all things hair. Love, we debate and debunk these conversations. I am your girl, Morello Kane, trichologist, speaker, author. I am the hair expert. And I have with me this beautiful young lady right here, Miss Khadijah Lee. She is the menstrual coach. And love, thank you so much for it's a blessing.
Thank you
That you're here with me this morning.
We had so much different blessing moments for the I feel like at this point when we're family, it might sound very like corny to people, but I feel at this point that I knew you for so long, as if my soul knows you for so long. I think that is why I was able to pour in the way I did. You just had to be there.
Trust me, guys, she did. But you know what? It's great to have that.
Yeah.
You know, it's great, again, to lock eyes. The very first time today.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, let me make sure, let me get you together. And I'm like, love. That's love. Okay.
Yeah.
But love, tell us who Khadijah Lee is. And then also, too, menstrual coach. Like, please tell us about your brand.
Of course. So, my name is Khadijah Lee. I go by Kay. I'm your menstrual cycle doula.
Yes.
And I'm originally from the Virgin Islands. I moved to Atlanta in February. I was going for something different. I was going for real estate, and I ended up in a purpose group.
Okay.
It was a result of me going to a conference from the multifamily movement with Julian Gordon. And he did a purpose group, and I didn't realize that I'll be finding my purpose while I'm here. So, you know, God does some things.
Wow, you better say that.
So I was trying to figure out what my purpose would be, and I realized that I found my purpose in what I was struggling with my pain.
Oh, wow.
So I realized that after 20 years of experiencing menstrual cycles, I was actually having irregular menstrual cycles for 20 years of my life.
Oh, you are not serious. Are you serious?
I'm very serious. And I'm just like, why? And I went through a lot of different cycles, and I think psychologists call it the 7 stages of denial, where, you know, I started to blame my parents, blame the healthcare system, just blame a lot of things around me.
Yes.
And I realized, why didn't anybody teach me?
That's right. That part.
Boom. Menstrual cycle doula.
Just like that.
So,
just like that. That's purpose.
Yeah.
Just like that. And so today we're going to talk about the unexpected expectations that the things that women don't have, these conversations.
Yeah.
You know, we're not comfortable in talking about menstruation.
Yeah. So like, I want to ask you before we start.
Yes.
The unspoken expectations that women don't have.
Yes.
Can you explain that so that I make sure that we're on the same page?
But because you know what? As women, well, let me just kind of talk about my experience. My mother, like yours, did not talk to me about menstruation. Right. Now, she showed me a book and had me to read it. Okay, I read it. This is new. Okay, what does this mean? But now I was not comfortable to say, well, Mom, you know what? I don't understand this.
Right.
Okay, but then to start, and there are certain things that you go through. I mean, my mother initially gave me a tampon. For real? Now, she was like, well, how come you can't use it? I cannot. But you did.
Exactly.
I mean, so that's a whole different conversation.
Yeah.
But it's like we just did not have that conversation. And so when we were talking about this, I was like, amen. I mean, like, this is new for me. And then I'm just like, you know what? But the need for it.
Yeah.
And so that it's like we don't have these type of conversations.
We don't.
As women,
we don't.
We all go through, and that's the thing.
We're all going through the same exact thing, but we're all handling it by ourselves in secret.
Yes, that's
and
right.
feeling like we're the only ones going through this.
That part.
So we have that expectation that yes, women do have it, but women are supposed to know what to do.
Absolutely.
It's given to you, supposed to just know what to do.
Absolutely.
And ancestrally, I do believe that we have a knowing.
Okay.
We have a knowing inside, but it's just to remember and to be guided to get back to the knowing. And
That's
I feel
right.
like that's the missing link.
And so you were saying that as women,
As women, or as beings, who we really are as melanated people, we have an inner knowing. The human race, you have an inner knowing.
Okay.
So it's getting us to remember what we're supposed to do and and the fact that our bodies are actually intelligent.
Right. Oh, wait, hey. Oh, you hit something when you said that. Oh my God. Because that is the reason why I love hair.
Yeah.
For that simple fact, growing up, I was told that, well, hair is dead coming from the scalp. Okay, but now hair has an inner living on the inner core of it.
Exactly.
And it has life.
Yes.
That is how I look at every strand of hair.
Yeah.
And so, and I had never ever heard another professional say that, but for me to touch, to feel what goes in, hair is life.
You can tell. You can tell somebody's story by their hair.
I'm about, Lord have mercy. I want to jump off these walls. Yeah, you better say that.
But what I do want to make sure that is highlighted when I say body intelligence, we have allowed external sources to convince us that our bodies are not intelligent. Our bodies are dumb.
Yes.
By giving us all of these products to say that something is wrong with you.
Right.
Even when it comes to our menstrual cycles, telling us that we have all of these different diseases, these different diets, these different lifestyles to convince us that our bodies are not intelligent, which is causing us to actually go against our flow.
Okay. Wow. So let's stay there for a second. What were some of the things that you, from your research, because I take it that you did research.
I did. I did.
Okay, and so what was some of the profounding things that you actually saw that you were like, oh my God?
So, first of all, the first research that I did was on myself.
Okay.
I start from within. I'm a big advocate for not just being an expert, but being an experiencer.
Right.
So because I've experienced irregular menstrual cycles, the fact that using the word common, using the word normal was damaging. Okay. So what was normal ended up being, because it's normal, that means it's common, that means it's something that you're supposed to go through. So some of the things that the most basic thing that I researched, that menstrual cramps are not normal.
Really now?
Cramping is not normal. Blood clotting is not normal. Excessive bleeding is not normal. And the most latest research that I have actually looked at, that what we say back home, busts my head wide open, is the fact that menstrual cycles are not even, menstruation is not even normal.
Okay. Now, okay, because I'm feeling a little weak.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So just even reading that, like going against everything that I know.
Right.
And also too, when we have these things called PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome, fibroids, endometriosis, when we have these things and other diseases that have nothing to do with the reproductive system, our community has this habit of saying it runs in my family.
Okay, or it dwells within the Black community.
Exactly.
Right.
And I want us to understand that it is not this disease that just runs in your family. It's the bad habits. It's the lack of knowledge, the lack of guidance that puts us in this place to convince us that this is something that we just have to deal with.
Right.
And people don't understand that there is actually a straight shot link between irregular menstrual cycles with poor menstrual health, and having these diseases, these reproductive diseases, and having cancers and having hysterectomies. There's a straight shot link.
Wow. Oh my God.
When you look at, like, when you first had your cycle and you see that it was irregular. So I want to talk about what irregular looks like. Irregular looks like if you have less than 9 cycles of the year, if you have small spotting that is lengthy, if it's more than 26 to 34 days. Okay. If you are having really heavy clotting, these things are your body's telling you, again, it's intelligent. Okay. I'm telling you, something's wrong.
Right.
Pay attention.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh my God. The reason why this was so important to me to have you here is because, you know, what I was told when, being here, starting out in this industry, it was all about what can I buy to
Yeah.
put on my hair?
Yeah.
What can I buy? Let me get this, and this is going to grow my hair. And then I came to realize, like you said, the intelligence of the body. At first, I realized my position. I'm on the front line.
Yep.
Okay. When things are going on internally in the body, you see it first in the hair, skin, and nails. And so the body, being intelligent, is trying to tell you something.
Exactly.
So now when you have these things that's going on with the blood flow, cellular on that level,
On the cellular level.
it is going to affect the hair. And so I'm like, okay, I have to bring you here so that way we can start this conversation. Now, guys, understand that this is the start of something huge.
Yeah.
The introduction of this. And so it was too much to just kind of give you everything at one time.
Yeah.
You know.
It's a lot. It's a lot. Because it's a lot.
You know, and so, but love, let me just say this. Guys, don't you know she helped me to revamp my whole outline of my podcast?
Really?
Yes, you did. Because I said, okay, I need for her to have a spot here on our platform to educate this. Guys, I mean, so now, because there's so much information, we're going to have to dissect this thing and spoon feed it to you all.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, because we want it to be effective. Why? We want you to get to know your body. We need for you to get to understand the intelligent being that you're dealing with, how to connect yourself as oneness with your body.
You're making my heart flutter right now.
Because love, that's what I've come to realize about hair. It's an individual thing. We try to connect, like you said, we have been taught traditional.
Yes.
What has happened with the aunties, the grandmamas, the friends? We would even go into the friends family.
Yes.
You know, and so we have done this. So now we have to get back, align within ourselves. Okay, and understand about coming into that unique form of oneness, and then breaking this thing down.
Yes.
Okay, and so what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to come back, break this thing down, and spoon feed it to you all so that way you can digest it.
Yes. Because this is what it's about. It's not about just spitting out information, spit out expertise and all of this facts and stuff.
Girl, you better
At the end of the
say
day, we're real life beings.
Yes.
We are spiritual beings, and our health is important. And understanding, like you said, the oneness, understanding how everything is connected.
Right.
It's going to take you some time, and we have to get away from instant gratification of something.
Right.
Just because I give you information today and you implement it, it's supposed to be fixed tomorrow.
And
that was one of the hardest slaps that I had to go through.
Yes.
Because having 20 years of irregular cycles in one day, I can't just fix 20 years.
Right.
So I said to myself, I said, well, if I suffer for 20 years, I'm going to rejoice the next 20 years.
Okay, you better say that.
Of preparing myself, healing myself, and healing others, taking them along the journey. Because I know that women we're uncomfortable because we're supposed to just know that, oh, you have a menstrual cycle, you're supposed to know what to do.
Right.
So, but we don't know, and it's like we have this ego of saying that you don't know what you're doing.
That's right. Exactly.
And when you don't know what you're doing, and you hold it in that long, you cause other people to think that you know what you're doing.
Right.
They don't ask you anything. They don't know how to support you, and then you end up in consultations for having a hysterectomy.
That's right. Having
them taking things from you because you were not brave enough to say, I don't know what I'm doing.
That's right. That's right.
The universe responds to you when you not just say that you don't know what you're doing, but you're willing to find out. Give me the information, align me with the right people,
right?
The right information to listen to my body and do what it's asking of me. That's the highest forms of love.
That's right. Speaking life to yourself.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yep. Absolutely.
Yep.
I love when I tell you, so now, how, are you reaching out to other groups, or Like, how has that been?
So, it has been exciting. It has been it has just all been coming at once,
Right.
which I am openly being accepting to.
Okay.
Because I know this information needs to get out.
Right.
So I do personal coaching.
Okay.
But I also go on as a guest on other people's lives who are in the same space.
Right.
I go to different events where people are in the same space because it's room. We need so much of people that are in this type of work.
That's right.
So getting to know you through to a mutual friend,
Right.
I was just like, and then I actually, after that phone call, when you called me, I ended up getting another offer to do like a public speaking event and to do a Zoom call. I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, thank you. Thank you, God. Like,
absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Because what I've come to realize is that we are in a season of correction.
Yeah.
You know, we're in a season of if you don't want to be brought into that oneness, it's because you choose not to be.
Yep.
It's not because God has placed the people in place to make sure that you are. You know,
say that.
He's teaching us something about patience. You said that.
Patience.
Oh my God. I deal with that on a regular basis.
Yeah, and it's going to always be a factor, but we have to learn the tools as to how to actually lower that pressure that we put on ourselves to have something done right now. Like, people think that just because you have you learn to do something that it'll never come back up again. Right. But no, you need tools to continue to do maintenance on you. It's your healing journey, whatever it is.
Yes.
You have to keep on keeping on with the maintenance. Like,
absolutely. It's the same thing with hair.
Yeah.
As I tell individuals, I'm like, okay, now that first of all, these are great products that are being used. It's not being effective. So at this point, we need to look at some things internally.
Yes.
Okay, so now that we have addressed those things, allow the body to heal. Okay, so that one thing, the core of that one thing has to heal. Now everything's going to be affected to that, but allow time to do so.
Exactly.
We want to take it,
yeah,
and then that's it.
Yeah. Why isn't it working? Like, there's so much times when I do something, I'm just like, why isn't this working? Like,
yes,
it's only been 24 hours. Like, just like how when you order something on Amazon, you're looking outside to make sure, like, did it reach yet? Is it outside yet? Exactly. So that instant, I mean, of course, we wanna have things like success loves speed.
Yes.
However, it's okay to crescendo up to that speed, up to that goal that you wanted. And
right.
The journey is the journey. I was looking at something on Instagram. This guy, I think I want to say that he's probably he's homeless, but he has a lot of wisdom. He was saying, you know, people want to rush to get there.
Yes.
But then when they get there, they realize that it was actually the journey.
That's right.
So learning how to enjoy the journey. Yes, it's not going to always be fun, but
that's right.
Make the fun outweigh the bad times.
Absolutely. But now understanding too is I need for you to take in the process.
Yes.
So that way you can share it with the generations coming.
Exactly.
Let's break this whole traditional thing.
Exactly.
Straight throw it out the window.
Exactly.
Okay.
And recreate a tradition of oneness, of healing,
That's
of
right.
actually enjoying and knowing the process. Because how can you be able to teach me the process if you keep skipping over stuff?
That's right, that part.
Skipping steps.
Yes.
Skipping over things that now your daughter or your grandchild is going through, just like, oh, I don't remember that. It's because you didn't take the time to actually see that, oh, I see the split ends. I see that it's because I had dehydration. I see it's because I've been having really bad menstrual cycle cramps. Like, being able to piece things together in the journey. That's right. Is going to, like, when you see a lot of pieces to a puzzle, what you do, you put them together.
That's right. Absolutely. And if you cannot converse that to the individual, then it's something about that trust level there, and maybe you need to be somewhere else.
Exactly.
You know, and so get to a place where you can disclose, you feel comfortable, you feel safe to do so. And but love, when I tell you, I thank you so much. I thank you for having a heart for others.
Thank you.
Okay?
Thank you for noticing that.
I thank you for having a heart for others.
Yeah.
You know, being selfless and wanted to share, not just taking the information in, grandstanding, put your chest out. Oh, I did this. I. Well, you said, well, let me help others.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
And so we will be getting together,
Yes.
creating that outline for season 4.
Yes.
So definitely we will bring it to you guys. You know I'm gonna bring it.
Hey, and I'm gonna be right here to catch it. So y'all better be here to catch it too.
Oh my God, I'm so very thankful. Love, I am.
Thank you.
And so now for these individuals, all of you, you better go and follow her, find her. Okay? She's not hard to find. You see her right here. Love, tell them how they can get in contact with you.
Yes, so I'm on Instagram at Hormonal Harmony Life. I'm also on the TikTok at Hormonal Harmony Lifestyle. And yeah, you can like, share. I'm going to be having my YouTubes eventually, but for now, I've been focusing on creating those communities there and creating quality and value for people to grab.
That. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And so also, too, we will have Miss Lee's, the menstrual doula.
Yes.
She is. We will have her information in the caption in our bio as well. And so definitely follow her. Definitely share the information. Mm-hmm. We need to do that, okay? Because as women, we need to stop the suffering.
Yeah.
As women, we need to connect those things that is affecting our hair care and understanding that you just cannot go and reach and get a product when you have a blood issue going on.
Stop suffering in silence.
That's right. Stop suffering in silence. So, love, it has been a pleasure.
Thank you so much.
I thank you so much for being on this platform just for today. Many more to come. Again, this is Morello King with the Hair Debate, the platform where we debunk, debate, and discover all things hair.
You better tell me.
Visit MorelloCane.com. Follow us on all social media at The Hair Debate and at Morello Cane. Don't forget to like and share.